Hello and welcome to another AIC Productions video. Today I'm going to be talking about, you guessed it, laptops. Specifically, some laptops that are important to me. So in front of you is my 25th anniversary ThinkPad, which is awesome. It's great. It's thin, it's light, it's powerful, it's sexy. It is an awesome laptop that I use every single day. It needs to be clean, but other than that, is excellent and I love it. Now, another laptop I've featured on quite a few different videos, actually a couple of different laptops of the same ilk, but it is a compact V2000, specifically with an AMD Turion processor. This was the laptop I bought when I got home from my mission. I served a mission. I got a big boy job and saved up my money, and this is a laptop I bought myself, or this model I should say. And so owning this is very special to me because it was one of those things where, you know, I finally was grown up, and so I was able to afford something nice. And this was not an inexpensive laptop and was very nice for the time. Then I found this beast of a laptop recently online. This is an HP OmniBook XE3. And this is a laptop I bought when I was still in high school. Something I don't know if I've mentioned in videos before. I have a fairly severe learning disability. It's called dysgraphia. It's affected me through most of my life, and school was terrible for me. And finally, after years of struggling and fighting, the school district let me bring a computer to school. Nowadays, they give kids computers at school to work on. I had to fight and threaten to sue, and just, it was a massacre. And I worked so hard and saved up my money when I was 17 years old, and this is what I spent that money on, an XE3 OmniBook. Now, this one, I will admit, is a little bit nicer than the one I bought. The one I bought had a Celeron processor. This one has a Pentium 3. We'll turn it on. We'll go over it here in a few minutes, some of its features. But can I tell you how excited I am to have this in my collection. This laptop is in excellent condition. The only thing it's missing is a battery. I'm perfectly okay with that, being that this computer is pushing 20 years old. Obviously, the battery is as well. These batteries can be kind of dangerous, so I don't think I have any intentions on replacing this battery with a replacement, because I don't plan on carrying this laptop around anywhere. It is 7.5 pounds. This laptop is 4 pounds less than this one. Two of these weigh half a pound less than one. And so I don't really plan on carrying around, so having a battery is not a big issue. Let me, at this point, readjust the camera and we will take a look at this beast of a computer that was my first new laptop I bought myself. I did technically have a laptop before this, but that was given to me by somebody and it was old and kind of broken, and so for me this was just a huge step up and a huge turning point in my life, and one of the first laptops that got me excited about being into computers and technology. So let me readjust the camera. We'll be back in just a second. Alright, so I've actually changed cameras to a wider angle camera, so we get a little bit of a fishbowl effect. I apologize for that. But I wanted you to be able to see this laptop in its entirety, and my other camera, while it takes great pictures and video, just has too narrow of a field of view for this. So, a couple things to point out. Just look at the lid. The lid comes down over the edge of the laptop. The lid is bigger than the laptop, so that means the bezels on this thing are massive. This is super interesting. We'll cover this in a little bit. These speakers, look how big these speakers are. They're massive. You can kind of see the speaker behind the grill. They're so much bigger than any modern laptop speaker. Alright, let's go over some I/O on this beast. So first things first, you have a CD DVD drive. You have a modem and a 10100 Ethernet. Going around on the back, you have your power port. You have a mouse/keyboard port, a PS2 port. You have your VGA. You have a parallel port. When was the last time a laptop had a parallel port that you saw? This is an IR receiver. You can do IR over this laptop. This is a video out, an RCA video out port, so you can connect it to a television. You have two USB, I want to say these are 1.1 ports, not even 2.0, 1.1 USB. You have your microphone port. Coming around, this thing is so heavy. You have two PC MCIA slots for expansion, your Kensington lock, and here you have in this laptop a floppy drive. So not only do you have a CD DVD drive, but you have a flipping floppy drive on this laptop. I mean, there's one reason why it's so thick is because you have to have so much room in here for the expansion. I mean, this floppy drive probably goes back this far into this laptop. I know this is where the wireless card is, and it does have AB wireless, not even G, AB wireless. And so, you know, yeah, it's so big. Alright, let's open this up. Now, because it doesn't have a battery, I'm going to have to plug it in. So this laptop was meant to be a mix of personal, multimedia, and business laptop. It's kind of supposed to be a jack of all trades. And it did its job pretty well. First things first, instead of a button, you actually have a switch you push and hold to power it on. You have multimedia buttons. You have a sleep button. You have something to bring up your web, your email client. I don't know what that one does, and that brings up help. You have a button to turn your wireless on and off. You have this large keyboard with nice full-size keys. It is really nice to type on. It has nice keys on it. And the track pad for its day was very average sized, but it felt good with very nice clicky buttons. I worked a lot on other people's. At this time, I was doing a lot of computer repair for people, and it has really nice buttons. A lot of the Dells at this time had really terrible buttons. It is running Windows XP Pro. That is the license key that is on the laptop, on the code on the bottom, so that's what I'm running on here. Let's go into properties here. For the display, it has a 1024 by 768. Look at these. These bezels actually really aren't all that bad. They're thick, though. I mean, it's just a thick top screen. Let's go into some hardware here. It's so slow, and I bet that's half due to the spinning drive, the hard drive in here. I know if you come in here, it's got 512 megs of RAM, and it basically is using all of it. I did go ahead and order some more, so I will upgrade it to 1 gig of RAM. That's just so it's usable. I haven't decided if I'm going to do anything about the storage, if I'm just going to leave it a spinning hard drive, or if I'm going to upgrade it to something else. Alright, let's go here. So it is running a Pentium 3 1.133 megahertz, or 1.133 gigahertz, excuse me. I remember when the Pentium 3 first broke 1 gigahertz. That was such a big deal. Such a big deal. And the 256 megs of RAM. The other amount is allocated to the video. I don't know if I can change that. I'm going to have to boot into the BIOS here. Let's look at some hardware, device manager. Let's say display adapters. It has an Intel 8830M graphics controller. I don't know how that stacks up to other things. see here, it's got an Intel Pro 10V network connection and a Pro Wireless 2915ABG. Oh, it does have a G wireless network card in it. And then the Intel Pentium 1.133 megahertz, so 1.133 gigahertz processor. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn it off. I want to show you one of this laptop's coolest features. Go ahead and turn off, and I'm going to shut it off, not stand by. Okay, so give this a second. We'll grab something I've set here to this side. I don't want any judgment from y'all. It actually took me a minute to find a music CD, a physical music CD. And the reason why I'm grabbing that is down here, this laptop was meant to be a multimedia, an all-in-one system. So if you flick this, see how it has a little power switch? You flick this on, the little screen comes on, and it's giving us some time. It says off, the laptop's off, there's the date, there's the time, and the battery charge, which obviously has no battery. So now, with even though the laptop's off and it's not powered on, you can see there's no green light over here. I can go ahead, open up the CD drive. I'm going to grab a music CD. Got a little Shakira. It was the first CD I could find. And now we can hit the play button. Hit the play button. There we go. And now the laptop is off, and yet we are able to play music from the CD-ROM or the DVD-ROM drive without turning on the laptop. Now, I believe that this also was supposed to be able to play DVDs without turning on the computer with the video out. I don't know if that works or if that was a different feature, but you definitely can play music CDs off of it. Obviously I just did, so I know that part of it works. So I'm mostly just so happy to have this laptop and have one in such nice condition. It's missing a few things, like there's a little rubber bung here that's missing. It's got a couple of scrapes here on the lid. Obviously what it looks like it's been sitting with something on top of it, like here, for a long time. The keyboard itself doesn't even look hardly used at all. Like normally trackpads has it's a little shiny there and here, a little shininess on the keys, but really not bad at all. I mean, again, this laptop's almost 20 years old. This laptop came out in 2000. Yeah, I believe it was year 2000 I bought mine. This one came out probably around the same time based off of its specs. And so, for being almost 20 years old, it looks like it's in great condition. There's no dead pixels I could find on the screen. If there are, if you saw one, don't tell me. I don't want to know. The Polk audio speakers sound great, especially with playing audio or whatnot. They sound really good. And so I'm just thrilled, and I hope this short video on this laptop you've enjoyed. If you want to see anything on this laptop, obviously it's old. This thing is nearly 2 decades old, and so it's not going to play any modern AAA title games or anything like that. But if you just want to see what you can do with a laptop like this, ask down in the comment section down below. I'll see what I can throw together for you. I'm hopefully getting together a small collection of what I personally deem to be important laptops to me specifically, and get them, and you'll probably see them more in the background of some of my other videos, things like that. Just have like a display behind me. Hopefully that'll be fun. I have some other electronics that I'm going to definitely display as well. Some phones, PDAs. There's just some things that were important to me over the years that I just want to share with you guys. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section down below. Do I have to ask you to subscribe? I'll do it anyways. And share this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have